Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Lincindo here with another Boot Protocol video. And in this one guys, it's finally time. This is gonna be the Aegis Fighter Lincindo guide. This is like how I play Aegis Fighter, what skills I think are the best, and the most efficient way to play it. And kind of like, I'm probably gonna talk about how there are multiple ways to play this class. You know, you're not just locked into how I'm gonna play it. And I might not show every single way, but I'll explain it so you have an understanding of how it works in Boot Protocol. Because one thing with BP is it's not the same with every single class, but most classes actually have a different ways to play the class. Like whether you want to play kind of a support role or a DPS role, kind of, or like, you know, maybe you just want to play like besides DPS, support, tank. Like there's a lot of ways you can play the game or play a certain class. So I'm going to talk about my specific way to play Aegis Fighter mainly, and let's just jump into it. I'm going to show you guys my skills right away so we just have a complete understanding of how this goes. So Boot Protocol, as you know, has already changed to the point where now we have 8 skills. It used to be 4, we're at 8 now. So I didn't make I didn't necessarily make a video on Aegis Fighter before because I knew that we were going to be getting a change that would like affect the classes or affect classes skills. So I wanted to wait and hold off on doing that, and I feel like now's the best time. So with 8 skills, it's kind of opened up a lot of doors for Aegis Fighter, because before, to be honest, you had to sacrifice like certain skills just to play another skill that you thought was important. Like for me, at least when I first started playing, I literally had to sacrifice pretty much 2 skills. Actually, no, all of these 3 skills. Actually, I would only run health regain for the build that I wanted, because that's all I needed to stay alive. You know, I wasn't using aggro, I wasn't using this gather skill, I wasn't using this buff skill, I wasn't using any of it. I was strictly using health regain and, you know, crescent moon slash, concuss, and bubble pool, which kind of pulls everything together. That was kind of my play style, because I wanted to be able to always gather stuff up, but mainly I was always focusing 1v1ing the boss, you know what I'm saying, and keeping aggro with certain be imagines that I no longer have to use. But before I was using Jake because he has an aggro skill that allows me to aggro whatever he hits, so I would constantly use that on the boss to keep the boss's eyes on me. Now, since I have 8 skills as Aegis Fighter, I'm able to just use certain skills like this, which are so busted, because not only does it aggro or make the monsters look at me, right, but I'm also getting super armor from it, so it's really, really, really good. And then this skill is really good for gathering enemies. And you know what, but let's go over here and I'll show you guys like what it actually looks like. My bad. What it actually looks like when, like, say I'm using the skill. So this skill right here is really good. Regularly, it's just an aggro skill, but it also has the ability to pull things in closer to you. That's perfect for me, perfect for all Aegis Fighters realistically, because you want to be able to bubble stuff up. And I'm going to show you guys a run of a dungeon. We're going to run a dungeon where I'm going to show you guys how like it goes, how it looks when everything's like being put together. But yeah, trust me when I say that these skills are like super duper important and very, very good. And this skill here, this is like kind of the buff. It really just buffs you, but you can either get less like damage taken. The alpha version is literally insane. It pretty much gives you not immunity, but you're taking way less damage to all of the elements. So whatever you're getting hit with, it's going to be less pretty much. And then the one that I'm currently using is actually a damage boost plus a damage mitigation for myself. So I'm taking less damage, but I'm also doing more damage as long as I'm in the blue circle. And that's the same for all of my teammates, whoever's in the circle. So I'm also able to buff everybody around me. I don't know if I already said this, but this one, the beta version, actually lowers the damage of anything hit by it. So pretty much if I hit a monster with this, pull it in, it's going to be doing less damage to me and my teammates, as well as I'm going to keep aggro. So there's also that. And yeah, Aegis Fighter, realistically, I'm not gonna lie, it is just a kind of real mix between, I want to say, like warrior slash healer support, and I kind of, that just kind of equals like paladin, right? But I want to say warrior more or less, just because of how much you're really just like in the boss's face, like surviving, tanking, you know, just keeping aggro, doing damage. That's like my main way to play the game. That's not how you have to play the game. In fact, there's multiple ways to play. I would say I play 1 out of the 3 ways, maybe even 4, and that's like, you know, 1v1ing the boss, crowd control, debuff, buff, you know, all that stuff, a little bit of damage here and there. But there is just straight raw damage that people play, and there's also just straight support where you're really sacrificing a lot of damage just to make sure you're able to support everybody and keep everyone alive and stuff like that, with like skills like Rampart and other stuff that are really cool skills. I just don't use them because I don't need them. But yeah, and even Rampart has an ability where, or a version of its skill, where after a while, after it's like taking a lot of damage, it'll actually push or put the damage out and, you know, do damage to the attacking monster. That's kind of a thing. So even some skills that are really kind of support skills or damage mitigation skills have potential to play a different way, right? But regardless, you know, enough yapping. I'm going to show you guys how I do things, right? So really quick, before we go into the dungeon, I'm going to show you guys like how it works. So right now I'm using their earth weapon, and I will say, oh my god, that's one more thing I have to explain, guys, is so the way Blue Protocol has like kind of changed even more besides the 8 skills is now with our actually like literal attacks, right? So we were at G3 before, now we're at G4, and this is allowing us to have even more like levels of combat, I would say. So now for every single class that hits a certain level, which is pretty much 51, so you should be at this once you've hit max, which is 60. But now G4, whenever I'm left clicking and I keep left clicking, eventually at the end of the combo, it's going to debuff the enemy, and the debuff is going to be resistance to light attacks down, or light element down. Aegis Fighter's main like element is light, and there's also weapons that are light weapons that would even enhance damage. That's kind of what it is. It's just enhancing your class's basic element damage, and it's not the same for every single class, believe me. But say I do this and I apply that light debuff, then I can hit it with like, you know, the crescent slash, and it'll do more damage than it would have regularly done. Not by a lot, but it's still decent damage, right? But yeah, there's that. And that's pretty much how it works. But anyways, let's start off with how I would like go into a dungeon. And it really just goes like this. You know, you jump, you go into super armor slash aggro, things are looking at you now. You're kind of in the middle of everything or something. You just do this, pop, that's gonna bring everything in, and then immediately go into this bubble. That's gonna bring everything in even tighter. Then you wanna use slash. This is gonna bind slash, or bind everything that's hit with the slash. If you don't wanna use that, you can just use the default like jump up and smash that also binds stuff. But the bind slash is better because it's gonna like hit everything. And there's 3 slashes, so you have 3 chances to actually, you know, bind it. And then after doing so, that's when you want to concuss it. Now everything's not moving, now everything's concussed. Boom, then you drop this. Your teammates are all around this little bubble of things you just created, all the monsters you just pulled in, and then you just kind of cycle through. You know, you spam the imagines here and there. And that's one thing I probably want to touch on as well. Like I said earlier, the imagine that I was using when I had 4 skills were mainly just to kind of enhance my tanking ability, whether that was using Jake for the aggro ability or it was just damage output, something like that. The current imagines that I have right now, I love these guys so much. This is my bubble crab right here. This is my main man, and it has the best ability ever for Aegis Fighter. This is a literal best in slot. You have to have this, in my opinion, if you're playing my playstyle. This allows you to have a higher chance of concussion. Okay, that means I'm going to be hitting the boss, right? And you know, the thing is, you would think that every single time, you know, you hit the boss, you're going to concuss it. That's not the case. There's going to be times where you're going to hit a boss and it's not going to get concussed, and you're just going to waste your skill, whatever. You did damage, but it's not concussed. Concussing is very, very important. Like, very, very important. Because you can interrupt moves, you can just knock it the hell out, and that's game-changing. Trust me, game-changing. But anyways, with the crab, it allows me to actually have a higher success rate of the concussion. So that is just mandatory for me. And right now I'm actually working on getting it fully limit broken, which is another thing that was added recently where you're able to limit break stuff. Like this imagine here is actually fully limit broken. The +5 shows that it's limit broken, and it just raises the stats, and the cooldown is kind of lowered. That's pretty much it. And then the other imagine, this is actually a brand new one. X-Bird, X-Owl, whatever you want to call it. It's really cool. And honestly, all it does is increases my aggro rate. So now things are going to be looking at me like by 10%. I'm going to have more aggro like by 10%. So that's really neat. I like that a lot. Also, it has a really cool use because whenever I'm like gathering up stuff, like I said before, like I'm doing this and stuff, and then, you know, it's concussed or whatever, or it's bubbled up, you know, everything's like together. Then I drop this spin move. It's going to do damage to literally everything and a lot of charge. So that's also really, really good. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much everything. You know, this here, the Q skill, I can't do without this skill, because even though I'm probably having healers, even though, you know, how do I say, we have a lot to survive with. We have like our shield, everything, our parry, all that stuff. we have like healers or whatever, there's gonna be a lot of times when you're playing Aegis Fighter and you're soloing that boss, man, where you need to, like, you either are holding the boss in a different part of the dungeon or a different part of the arena where they can't get to you. And if that's the case, you have to be able to maintain your own survivability besides using potions, which is completely okay, because potions are, you know, they're in the game for a reason. But realistically, man, when you run out of potions, it's always good to have your own heal. Plus, realistically, I use this constantly. It has a kind of a long cooldown, 30 something seconds, but realistically, I don't even need potions because of this skill. Dead ass. And then we also have our ult, which is just a godly ult, to be honest. This ult has saved me and my team so many times. It actually turns all of your skills into light. So now I'm gonna be doing like all light damage pretty much whenever I'm using like these skills here. Like, that's now light, you know? Everything is like kind of light empowered, right? So, and it's a little bit bigger, right? Neato. You know, I spam this after leveling it up, and when you're fighting a horde of monsters, you know, it's gonna be really easy to get these charges, but it has a maximum of level 3, and each time you pop it, you heal your teammate and then give them buffs. You're gonna see it in the dungeon. It's really good, it's really neat, and yeah, super chill. I'm not gonna lie, the newest in-game dungeon is actually perfect for Aegis Fighters because it's like, it is the best dungeon for an Aegis Fighter just because of how much you need to actually gather stuff up. And I'm gonna show you guys that dungeon right now after I get off of this aggro of this thing, because when you're in combat you can't queue. But so the way this new dungeon works is it's kind of time-based, but also the boss is a bit hard. It has like a weird phase where it goes in like this blue mode that is pretty much indestructible. It takes a lot less damage and stuff like that. But while you're getting to the boss, there's battle areas and there's a lot of monsters before the battle areas. The monsters will chase you and kind of like be on your ass. And the annoying part is you don't have that much time to complete this thing. So you have 9 minutes. 9 minutes isn't, you know, a crazy shortening of time, but it's not as much as you would probably prefer. And if you get stuck with the monsters from before the battle area coming into the battle area and combining with the piles of monsters that you need to kill to proceed, that's going to take longer, take away time, and you'll see that the boss is just like, it just makes it worse. So yeah. Also, it is possible to hit 10k with this class, guys. 10k is like the minimum realistically for damage. I'm not going to lie. It is very possible, but that's something that you shouldn't necessarily worry about, or at least I don't really worry about with my playstyle, because at the end of the day, my playstyle is survivability and being able to 1v1 a boss. Deadass. If I can 1v1 a boss and survive, that's all I care about. If it dies, it dies. You know what I mean? That's like how I play the game. But like I said, there are other playstyles. Some people want their class to just be a lot of DPS, or want their Aegis Fighter to be a lot of DPS, or some people want strictly defense, strictly tank. Some people want just strictly support, strictly heal, and some people have combinations of those. It's kind of like 4 and constant combinations. And it also depends on your weapon and how your weapon works and how you've kind of done that with the plugs.
So let's start off here. Like I said, as you can see here, like there's monsters before the boss area. And they will just chase. And they're all gonna pile up, and you're gonna see that. And my job as an Aegis Fighter to make this thing go efficiently, or at least the way I play, is when I get in here, I immediately do this, bring it in a little bit. As you can see, it's kind of getting gathered up, down, concussing it, everything's concussed. Trying to keep it from getting combined with that pile in the back. It's all dying, that's what we want. As you can see, like it's all like kind of in the same area, you know, where I'm at, where I'm located. And I keep repeating the process, making sure that it doesn't get combined, because regardless, there is stuff behind us that's gonna like walk in, and we kind of just have to be ready for that, which is like a bummer, but you know. Oh my god, I let go of it. That's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to let go of the pile. Like, already been combined. Honestly, at this point, the big guy needs to die. Okay, that's it. So you see how like there's all that stuff there, right? But even though we killed it, we can still proceed. That's pretty much how it goes. And I'm not gonna lie, that was a bad pull, but it is what it is. Heal. Keep moving. Okay. Aggro skill. there. Us. And fine. And you do not have to lock on like I do, but I just do it just because it's kind of easy for me. And you see, low-key, my team is actually bringing stuff into me. You'll have that happen sometimes. I think it's mainly because they're trying to farm a weapon, or they're trying to farm the boxes, and the more stuff you kill, the higher chance of getting off it is. But at the same time, if you do that, it's going to result in like the mixing of piles and like just having to kill more stuff than you actually needed to in the beginning, and it's just really annoying. So yeah, I also just ulted. I didn't need to, but gotta do that, clicking my ult back pretty quickly. And as you see, like we killed everything big, right? But for some reason we're still here. That's because we combined piles, and now we're dealing with stuff that we don't even, you know, like we don't know what exactly was needed to be killed. So it takes up time. Still, blue thing. It's the blue thing. It's the blue thing right here. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's not it. Oh my god, what is going on? Yeah, that's actually, this is terrible. It was that blue thing, okay. It definitely was the blue thing, but I guess, shit. I guess it was the other eyeball as well. Man. And honestly, for me, I get really pissed off when I do this sometimes because it's like everyone knows what you're supposed to do, but they kind of don't care because they're just like, I'm just here to get my stuff. And realistically, this is just an example of what you should do or what you can do. You don't have to do it, but it just makes everything easy. We're gonna pull here. Touch everything. And the ult helps. The archer get ult. Bind everything. Everything's binded as well. Launch our Imagine, more damage. Massive damage, and it just dies super quick. This stuff though, so but yeah, that's one thing, like, people who don't really, like, everyone has a different reason to do that, right? So, you know, people might want to just, like, farm up weapons. That means they're going to try to pull extra stuff and do unnecessary things to get that weapon. And it's not necessary to them, but to me, right? That's okay. We all have our reasons. It just sucks because if you do that too much, it can result in failure. And then no one gets anything, we just fail. And, like, who wants that, right? Line it up, and then it's us. Okay, fine. And it's like, it's kind of like, what would you rather have, right? Would you rather succeed and get what you can get, or would you rather fail and get because you got greedy? I would rather succeed, but, you know. We might be able to do it. It's just going to be really close. Like 3 minutes is actually very, very close. And it looks like we might only have 2. That's kind of what happened, so let's go. 3 minutes? Yeah. So I have about 3 minutes to do the boss. And the reason why time is really important is because the phase, or the boss's phases, it's like really, really, really annoying. Although there is a Imagine that makes this super easy. I actually did craft it, but currently not using it. Okay, fast. I can sit down here for a second. And that's an interrupt right there. So it's beginning its animation to do something, and that's concussing right there, you know? Nice job. Amazing. And then I want to bind it so it stays in the blue circle. So I can constantly do damage to it. And there it is. This is the blue phase. Now, truth be told, I could have concussed it and actually interrupted this, like, this from happening. And as you can see, it's taking way less damage. And the damage output is actually insane now as well. But that's just what it is. And I can't concuss it anymore. It's immune to concussion. The only thing it's not immune to is sleep. And that's why that sleeping would be like really low or really great. My team's dying, so I'm gonna ult. But realistically, that's not gonna help my team because without the fact that I can't hit it means that I can't actually get my gauge full. So I have to attack different stuff to get my gauge up if I want to heal my team. And as you can see, they're all healed up. They got their buffs. Life is good. I go back. Man, my Imagines. And eventually we're gonna break it and it'll go back to normal. Eventually. There it is. Heal. Bind. though, concuss. So, taking a lot of damage. And who knows? Realistically, it has 2 phases, but I think we're good. Okay, big guys are coming in. We got it kind of all together here. Get a mass concuss going right here. Everything's concussed now. As you can see, boom, boom, heal, and just damage. And as you can see, like right now, I'm kind of in the middle of all, right? Like of it all. And I'm actually like able to just survive. Due to my teammates healing me, we actually do have a lot of healers. We have like 3 healers, but also I'm just freaking taking my beasts, right? Healing myself there, bringing everything in with full. Another heal, good heals. Using sword, dodging that. I want to grab this chest really quick. Going back to boss. And remember, it does have another phase. It's in its, there it is, blue phase. 8 seconds. 8 seconds, bro. It's all him since when we have to somehow, and we didn't do it. We didn't do it. And this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, how getting greedy can actually result in failure in this dungeon. Which is like, you know,
And mate, right there, you see how I wouldn't get that chest? That was me being greedy. Maybe if I had kept fighting it and doing damage, we could have killed it. Who knows? But that's just kind of the outcome of it. Even if I try my hardest to, like, you know, gather everything up realistically, if my team is like wasting time pulling stuff into piles that don't need to be pulled, it's just going to result in us like not getting everything that we need, or meeting the time. So yeah, but that's pretty much how it works, you know. And a cool way to do things, if you want, is like, let's see here. So you can actually regularly, when you use skills, like, you know, you'll stop, but you can do this. You can run, jump, and then use it, and you'll keep moving. That way you're like kind of moving like a distance a bit. And maybe that was a bad example for Aegis Fighter, that playstyle. Truth be told. Just because that was kind of me trying to like make sure everything went smoothly by gathering everything up. That wasn't me really presenting like how it is to like 1v1 a boss or anything. A good way for me to show you that is EX, and I'm actually very excited to do EX because I haven't done it in a while. So let's do EX. This is a better example. This is probably the best example of how I actually play it. All right. So what I just showed you guys was how like I can play it, how I can try to help, you know, crowd control, stuff like that, and keep things from going awry or going crazy. But it's not necessarily showing the survivability and showing the fact that like I can easily like 1v1 a boss or something like that. So this is going to be the one right here. All right, let's get in. Okay, so this is going to be a great example of me like really doing my thing, you know? And the thing about EX, guys, is if you've seen one of my past videos on it, if one person dies, it's actually over. So, yeah. And one thing I didn't touch on about how this class has like multiple playstyles is the fact that you do have these things here that allow you to kind of, you know, change your build per se. And these are like little passives, right? So I have more aggro right here, and I have one of these where like if I'm knocked to like literally 1, or I'm knocked to where I would die, I would survive with like 1 HP. Then this is like the res where I res somebody, they get HP, I get HP, stuff like that. So all right, here we go.
My job is find the biggest guy, concuss them, and then do this, and then bring them all together, and then bind them. So my team can just do a shit ton of damage with them. I'm feared. Thank you. Just got woken up. I've lost aggro though because of the fear. I'm gonna try to find him there. Super armor. That's a huge pile. Carry. Another one. Here, I need a shield save there because my shield gauge is getting low. Gotta back out, my shield's low-key low. I'm getting burned to death right now. We're okay though. Could not concuss that time. Actually gonna use a potion here. Okay, boss is by himself. This is great. Feared again. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. I'm good. Concuss. Got it. Everything. Spam. Big heal. Alright, dead. Great. Over here. And I am taking a lot of damage, and everybody's kind of taking a lot of damage. Realistically, that is because we do not have a healer, guys. This is really going to be like the prime example of like what it looks like to bind. That's perfect. Oh my god, that's huge. That is massive. Throw down the shield, do more damage. They concuss. Everything's concussed there. Oh my god, perfect. That was a really good clear, actually. Bind. Another pull. Super armor, aggro. Gotta place myself better. Gonna concuss. Interrupted, look at that. He was conjuring fire, interrupt. Best thing about concuss. Literally the best. And there's gonna be a damage check. I'm not gonna be able to concuss if I don't have it yet. He's gonna be able to lock track. But I can parry it and do a lot of damage, so that's fine. We're gonna bind it as well, so we're gonna move. Bind's not a guarantee, just like concussing is a guarantee. I'm gonna try to do something and I'm gonna go for the concuss again. Pull him. No, he was too far. Here it is. Concuss. That simple. Okay, cool. So there's gonna be a damage check, and this is it. This is really important. No, why would you? No, okay, so we need this guy to be close to him. We need these guys to be close to each other, or we're gonna fail. Come on, dude, I'm not gonna fail this. Okay, my team's actually kind of bad. Okay, that's it. That's my mark. Go. And then grab. Dude, they're focusing on one boss. We don't have time to focus on one boss. There we go. This is perfect. Bind. It might be too late. They fucked it up. Somebody took the boss away from the other boss, and the thing is, we need to have them right next to each other so you can do damage to them at the same time. We need to hit 1,200,000 in the next 15 seconds. We have to kill both of them pretty much. If not, we're fucked. And we're fucked. Oh my god, no, we did it. Holy shit, no way. Okay. Huge. Massive, actually. That was way too close for comfort. Pretty sure they ulted. That's the only reason we got it. Fine. And then we can all just kind of go crazy. Concuss. And there actually is another Aegis Fighter, so that's probably why the aggro got taken from another boss. Is simply because that guy took it, but that's okay. It's just that, like, there's been plenty of times where, like, it's great to have an Aegis Fighter, but sometimes, you know, it's just terrible to have another Aegis Fighter, because if they pull it the wrong way, or if you don't, like, have a way of communicating to, like, say, like, yeah, I'm gonna do this first, or I'm supposed to play, like, it can lead to a lot of mistakes. I can also lead to failure. Getting hectic here. And I'm constantly kind of getting ready to target the big thing. Big pull, concuss everything. No, okay, so this guy just took it away, and I was gonna bind it, but it's okay. Again, like, without communication, like, how are they gonna know, right? And I'm not communicating. There's no voice chat, so if you're playing, like, you're either doing with somebody, or, like, you're in Discord together, you know? Or you're using chat, and I'm not using chat. That's really what it comes down to. Imagine if you're playing this, you know, with your guild, and you actually have, like, a way to communicate, it'll go so much smoother. Alright, he already concussed it. Okay, this guy's pretty good. He's actually concussing right away. I like that. That's what you're supposed to do. Did he bind? He didn't bind, so I'm gonna bind. There we go. Yeah, no, this is actually a pretty good Aegis Fighter. He's doing everything right. Like, he's doing his job. Okay. So boss is gone off by himself. Not able to concuss it at the moment. But I can parry and try to keep it over here. Aggroed on me. And that's good. Like I said earlier, see how I binded it? It can move right there. I'm keeping the boss over here with me. That way my team can worry about the other stuff and just kind of not have to worry about it. And then whenever I see my team get low, that's when I'm trying to ult for sure. And of course, I'm gonna eventually lose the boss. Like, I'm not gonna be able to hold it here forever, but well, I might be able to. But you never know. Things can change. Fine here, and look at that. It keeps going into the corner. That's perfect. Concuss. Let's go. Concuss it right out of the move. Let's check on them. How are they doing? They're doing fine. This is what I mean by soloing a boss. Like, you just take the boss into a different corner, away from everything else. Because realistically, this thing right here, it has the potential to do the most damage. Okay, concussing? No concuss, alright. Heal. Super armor. Bind. I missed the bind slashes, of course. Got ult. And this thing isn't even enraged yet. That's the crazy part. Concuss. No concuss, but look at that. My team's here to help because they took out everything else. And that is great. We love it. Love to see it. Buff my team really quick. And there's still more waves. Other bosses will spawn, like right now, actually. Guarding. Concussing. Concuss mid fucking move. Love it. Alright, cool. I need to find this guy over here and keep him from going to another group. Oh no, wait, they're pulling over. No. Alright, everything's over here. We're just gonna pull together. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Big concuss, maybe? Yup, huge concuss, actually. Oh god, heal. No! Ah, fuck. Dude, we don't have any healers. Okay, he has super armor, so I should be able to get up. But as you can see, like, dude, it's not looking good. The Napos, we gotta kill the Napos, dude. Oh god, move. Oh my fucking god. This is exactly why I didn't want to have everything, like, get bunched up. Realistically, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna blame the Heavy Smasher because he literally brought everything over. That's like not the move ever, really. It's still winnable though, because they can jump on everything. Let's go. Fine. Imagine. I'm gonna get elemental burst. The other Aegis Fighter got elemental burst, but I can't afford to help him right now. I gotta kind of keep up not these concussions. Back on the box. Like, realistically, my only concern is the boss, and if the pile comes to me, then I handle the pile as well. If not, then I'm just like deadass on the boss. Like right now, you see how the pile was on the boss? That's convenient or all. Like right here, they can cut everything. Majority of everything. It wasn't everything, but majority. Oh, wait, no, almost everything. Surviving that. I'm surviving it. I'm surviving it. And I'm not gonna lie, one thing about Heavy Smashers, they actually have a very dangerous job, especially when they are, like, especially when they are moving a gigantic pile. When they're moving a gigantic pile, it's almost as if the monsters are combining. Because, realistically, you can get hit by multiple monsters at the exact same time. And that'll literally just lead to you dying instantly. So they have to be careful with the way they're moving the pile where, you know, it's bad. Good job. Well done. That was a good job, good job. Good EX, but realistically,
there was a couple of mistakes there that could have actually led to us just like failing. Because remember, in EX, if you die once, it's over. But yeah. Aegis Fighter, man. Soloing the boss. That's good stuff. And it really did help having another Aegis Fighter. I think minimum Aegis Fighters is 2. Maximum Aegis Fighters on a team, I would say, is probably gonna be like 3. Although I have experienced a dungeon and an EX where it's all Aegis Fighters, and let me tell you something. When you have 5 or 6 Aegis Fighters just constantly concussing the boss, buffing and healing, you're like Spartans. You're like freaking Halo Spartans, just constantly beating the crap out of the boss and everything else, because you have crowd control, you have not negates, but interrupts, and you have damage, and you have heals and debuffs and buffs. That's why Aegis Fighter is crazy, because there's so much in this class. The only downside is if you want to do DPS, you're gonna end up sacrificing a lot, like a lot. And you know, besides, you know, the playstyles and how you can, you know, put your skills together and kind of play around with your class. One thing I didn't even touch on is the fact that there are so many different ways to build a weapon that will literally change your ability to do either or damage, your resistance, your intelligence, or just your stats in general. And stats are very important. I haven't really talked about it, but stats are very, very important. And one thing I couldn't show in the last video when I was talking about the new plugs and weapons and stuff like that was the twin plugs. So new type of plug that has just been added to the game, which is actually really exciting to me because I feel like it's kind of getting closer to the idea that I had with this whole entire labyrinth thing. And if you want to hear about that, watch that video, you know. But I'm going to show you guys really quick what I was talking about with the plugs. And the way it works right now is with the weapon, 4 sockets, and there are going to be plugs you can put into each socket, right? And that plug will, you know, do a certain thing and either enhance your ability to do a certain thing or just enhance your base stats or your health, whatever you want to call it, right? But with these new plugs, imagine that, but on like another level. They're called twin plugs, and we've already known about them because they've had them here for a minute. We just didn't know what they were gonna like kind of look like and what to expect when we got them. So I'm gonna pick a random weapon here and I'll just show you guys. Like, this is like the newest level 60 weapon. I haven't even really used it yet, but these are the average plugs, and there's so many different plugs, guys. There's a whole lot of different ways you can sort them, you know, Aegist Fighter, all the other classes. This is the important parts. These are the one plugs. These are the average one plugs. These are what they look like. These are the new plugs, the twin plugs. And these plugs take 2 sockets. So this is the HP plug. As you can see, 13 or 1,300 is your minimum of what you can get, and it goes to 1,700 HP. That's actually insane HP wise. I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? But you don't really see too many people using this. Mainly you see a lot of people using this. Let's not do that actually. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Yeah, mainly you're seeing people using this, the damage plug, which is actually insane. 90 to 110 increase in damage. Crazy. But remember that you're sacrificing a slot that you could be using on a hybrid plug that allows you to get extra HP plus extra damage or resistance and all that stuff. And there's plugs that are specifically for your skills to enhance your skills, to make them stronger or make the cooldowns lower, all that type of stuff, right? So this is insane. This is going to change the way weapons are going to work in general, because with this, you know, one could only imagine that eventually we're going to get to a point where maybe we're having weapons with more sockets. Therefore, these plugs are not too kind of crazy. And also, by the way, these plugs, you can only obtain them in the dungeon that I actually showed you guys first. And let me go back there so you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can only get these plugs from this specific dungeon. So these are exclusive. They're not in arena. It's in this dungeon only. You have to farm this dungeon to get those plugs. So they're really good. They are. But like I said, when it comes down to weapons, and as you can see, like I know a little bit about weapons, right? Like we've done some stuff here, you know. But yeah, when it comes to weapons, man, you can make some insanely wanky weapons. This weapon here, I made for my twin striker, and this weapon allows me to actually be like even more of a tank than I kind of already was. Because the thing with twin striker is when you're playing that class, and I can show you, we could do a guide for twin striker next, right? But regardless, when you're playing twin striker, your main thing is the fact that you're able to lifesteal and do a lot of damage and just keep staying alive through that. But imagine if you have a lot of HP to begin with, and then you also have a lot of defense, plus you're doing a lot of damage and you have lifesteal. That just makes a crazy combination, and its survivability is actually insane, right? And just for an example, right now I actually have 4,002 HP, and by the way, it differs with each weapon. I'm going to lose 250 HP there. But let's switch to twin striker really quick so I can show you guys, you know, what it looks like. So now I have 6,356 HP. That is an insane amount of HP, guys. It's an insane amount of HP. And this class revolves around getting the HP back. That's the thing. This class revolves around just being able to tank anything because it's constantly healing and doing damage. So imagine if I have 6,356 HP, and this is like 200 or 2,000 more than the actual tank class that I'm playing. this is what I mean by weapons can really just change your class entirely. So you always have to factor that in when it comes to making a class and how you plan on playing it, what your playstyle is going to be. Because a lot of people who I've talked to have said that, like, yeah, I just copy this and that. I just copy someone else's thing. You know, it's just cool because I want to just be able to do a lot of damage. And that's cool. You want to be able to do a lot of damage. That's awesome. But I'm not going to lie. It's true. It's true. You can easily just kill it before it kills you. But what happens when the wipe mechanic comes in and the damage isn't enough because it has a healing ability? Like one of the dungeons that we've done earlier, and I can show you which one I'm talking about. There is a dungeon that I've actually talked about in a video before. This dungeon here, where there's 2 bosses and one boss actually has the ability to heal and it has wipe mechanics. This dungeon is insane, and this isn't even on the end game difficulty level. All right, these dungeons are end game level. These dungeons you'll have trouble with. This dungeon you'll have trouble with, and it's not even on the end game level yet. So that just kind of goes to show what I'm talking about. Like, you know, even if you have a lot of, you know, damage, realistically, you need to be able to survive. And the cool thing about the protocol is, if you want, you can make a class that is practically unkillable, you know? But yeah, anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for Aegis Fighter. I'll probably do a Twin Striker build next because I actually do know that class. I like to make videos on classes that I actually play. As of right now, I'm actually still leveling my Archer class. I'm working on that. It's currently level 43. Max level is 60, by the way. My Spellcaster class is level 55, and my Heavy Smasher class is level 26. And yeah, my Lancer class is 60. So we already did the Lancer class. Just got done with Aegis Fighter and Twin Striker next. All right, so yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, sub, please sub. Oh my god, please sub. It would be appreciated, seriously. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. Peace.